At Quahog Honda and Subarus, we got Hondas and Subarus.
Hey young world, I am Reese, the beautiful black beast of the Southeast, joined again with my brother,
Marvel.
and we're here to bring you another edition of Reese and Marvel Reviews for you. We recently got back from viewing Black and Blue, starring the lovely and talented Miss Naomie Harris. Yeah, she's all over the world now.
That's so cool.
I believe the first time I remember seeing her in that one of the James Bond movies.
She was actually 28 Days Later. That was the first
That's
thing.
her?
Yeah, that was the
Well,
first
then-
thing I saw it.
Excuse me, that was the first time I saw her. She was in 20. Wow, then she's been doing this for a while now.
Yeah.
She's a British actor or something?
She is, believe it or not, her parents, they came from actually Jamaica is where they was originally from, and they moved over to Britain.
Now you're leading your own movie, and I think you did a fantastic job in this one. She's been all over the place. She's been in all kind of blockbuster movies, from Pirates of the Caribbean to James Bond movies to horror movies like 28 Days Later.
Yep.
And she was no slouch in Black and Blue. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was different, and I thought it was a story that needed to be told. There was definitely a narrative that they were trying to convey with this movie from the start of the movie. The cops, their terminology, they always refer to themselves as blues. It's blues this, blues that. So if they're blues, then the civilians or whatever. This movie was making a very clear distinction between police officers and regular civilians. I think that's what the main focus of the movie was.
You hit the nail on the head. That's what they wanted to portray. That's exactly what they showed. That was the whole theme of the movie. Except for her piece, she seemed to be that one middle grade where she was trying, her person was trying to separate that, and it's like, hey, black, blue, or blue civilians, they're a person, no matter what. A cop murdering somebody is murder. A person murdering somebody is a murder. It's a murder.
Don't matter who
With
you
people.
are.
It was a clear line drawn, but she was constantly trying to be that voice of reason, that humane person, that one that say, hey, I came from the rough area, and now I'm became a cop because I want to do good, and we're all people. That was a great part of the movie, and they touched on some of the basics what we've been seeing a lot, and throughout news and throughout this country and all the time, we got our good cops, let's be real, but we see more and hear more stories about the bad cops and shooting people and stuff like that. So to touch base on that, especially what we've been seeing in the news lately, and I think that was the whole point, was to bring this out in a time like that where everything is tumultuous and there's so much friction in this political climate, and it was a good movie. It was a good movie, no doubt about it. And she did an excellent job, like she always do. And as me and a lot of my my brother and people say, this is how you do a feminine heroine.
Absolutely.
You don't blast it and try to say, hey, she's a strong female one. No, she's a strong character, and that's what she did. She didn't throw out every 10 seconds that I'm a female cop, I'm a strong. No. She was a cop. She was doing a job, and she did it very well without any propaganda, whatever. That's what I enjoyed about it. She took her lumps, but she showed that she was fearsome. She showed she could fight back and all that. And it made for a great heroine without none of that propaganda, without none of that BS, just a strong character. And she did it excellent.
Agreed. You want to show how great females are, you just show them being great. You don't have to tell us. We can see it.
But also, she not OP. She not just beating the shit out of everybody.
Oh, no.
No, she shows she can hold her own, but she can get hurt and take bruises and stuff too, and not afraid to ask for help instead of beating the hell out of her every second. This is one man army.
Excellent point, Marvin. Excellent point. Because she did ask for help. She was vulnerable. She was strong and powerful, but yes, she was vulnerable too, because she's a human being, and being human's hard on the boulevard. If you know your outcast.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Another lesson that I thought that they were trying to teach us in this movie is the actual importance of body cams. I don't know. I guess there are some people out here, they think that, cops are never wrong or whatever. Just listen to the cops all willy-nilly. You should always do what they say and they don't lie. No, there are good cops out there. There are awesome, amazing cops out there. That job is tough and I respect it. But, however, there are also very dirty, nasty cops. And this movie showed that body cams can help not only to protect the civilians, but to protect the cops as well. And if you're a good cop, then you shouldn't worry about a body cam. That should be okay with you. You should be all for it. So you can see that, you've done the procedure. You went by procedure, you went by the book or whatever. I know, cops are humans too. We all make mistakes and what have you, but, that's the job you signed up for. You have to be on point because there are people's lives at stake in this job.
The way the movie started off is, pretty straightforward. She with a regular partner. Something happens and there has to be a double shift, but she decided to take the job for a partner. So she's placed with a new guy, and immediately when she puts on the body cam, the guy was like, "Oh, you carrying one of those? Well, don't point it at me." And so she's like, "Well, hey, why not? You got something to hide?" And that was again pointing to what Maurice was just stating, how some cops okay with it, and then some cops like, nah, I ain't with that. So I like that this movie touched on a bunch of realistic questions and situations, and that kind of thing was sprinkled throughout the movie.
Now, some of the things that were kind of weird about the movie and that I say would be a strike against it was the other cop is like her partner that Marvin just mentioned. Like, okay, you are a crooked cop indeed, and so you're off on a caper and you have someone who isn't acclimated into your fold, but you're gonna take her along to your wrongdoing. I understand you told her to stay out in the car while you go and talk to the CI or whatever, but then there were gunshots and what have you. How do you expect her to ignore that? Like,
very excellent point, which I was going to touch on as well, which made absolutely no sense. Okay, you're doing this clandestine activity, and this rookie cop been there 3 weeks. She's not with you guys, and you decide to take her along for y'all to do some dirt.
I gotta meet a CI.
Which made zero sense. Like, why would you put yourself in that situation? I mean, the guy called and said, "Hey, meet me at this spot." I would have said, nah, I can't come. Is my presence absolutely necessary to be here? And so you had Tyrese's character. I guess he got second billing. He was a co-star.
Sure did.
And he, more of a support role. I mean, he didn't have a huge part, but I guess, she was from this town, and he worked at the marketplace there. So he was like the only real person she knew, and eventually she had to run into him at his little corner store for help.
I tell you what about Tyrese there. I am very happy to see that he wasn't actually blackballed from Hollywood, because I thought he was for a minute. So I'm happy that the man is working. I mean, what more do you want from him?
Yeah, those social media antics. I was really shocked to see him getting more work outside of Fast and Furious, to be honest with you.
I thought he shot himself in the foot, but he don't bounce back. The dude is a fighter.
Yeah, but he did all right though. He did all right.
He did all right, man. But I mean, the role wasn't very demanding.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
He was a soft-spoken, mysterious type guy, what have you.
And that was another thing. Whenever somebody had some pertinent information that would say, hey, she didn't really kill him. Hey, it was a body. They would get cut off every time. They did that in the movie until they were ready for the protagonist to say, hey, I didn't do it. I made a frame. It's on the body cam. They way at the end. It was a lot of plot armor and a lot of I guess, hiding the riddle from obviously the audience knew, but hiding it to the big reveal for the characters in the movie to later on. And I thought some of the writing was spotty. We could have did better than that. I think you can even reveal that to the other characters and still have it be a sense of unbelievability. Like even when it did happen, just like, nah, she lying. That can't be the truth. Yada yada yada. You could have still did that with it being revealed to the other characters. Like, yo, I didn't do this. It was the body. I got it on body cam. They trying to kill me. Yada yada yada. But every time that information was it could have been leaked from either Mouse or the main character, Naomi Harris' main character. I can't remember her name. Aunt West, something. Angela West.
No, it was Alicia West.
Alicia West.
Yeah.
It was always cut off, and it was little inconveniences and stuff like that was throughout the movie. That kind of pissed me off.
It got to the point like Luke Cage's his second in command. Like he
Just
was the
gonna
one.
say that.
He cut him off several times. I was like, damn, is he working for these people? Because like,
But the irony is that him cutting it off when it first happened, and the bad cop was trying to spin it like, yo, she killed your people. Zero was guy name. She the one killed him. I'm just letting you know because X, Y, and Z. And that's the funny thing, because his second in command right then when they were walking out, and his second man was like, yo, you believe what you believe that? You believe that story he trying to tell you about that?
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah.
And then he was like, well, the white guy ain't never lied to us yet. I'm like, so you at the beginning, you got this sense of doubt, like, yo, that don't make no sense. You believe this guy, but then later on, you cutting off every time the evidence come out, like, I don't believe that, yada, yada, yada. You just, oh yeah, she did it. I'm like, there was little inconsistencies. And then these got to be the dumbest crooked cops. Some of the tactics, some of the stuff they were doing was just, a cop wouldn't do that. Any trained cop wouldn't think like that or do something like that. I'm just like,
all he wants is the body cam.
maybe I'm giving him too much credit.
you might be. I don't know. Forgive me. I don't want to insult the intelligence of any of our boys in blue out there.
I'm really making enemies.
Oh no.
You guys all right with me?
You all right with me? Even in the beginning
I was
scene,
gonna say that opening scene, yeah.
the opening scene, they start off the movie showing you the way things are for black folks today. Like the main character, she's in her civilian skivvies. No, she wasn't in her skivvies.
She was like
just
a
in
jogging
her-
suit.
Yeah, a jogging suit.
Yeah.
So she running down the road in some sweats or tracksuit, whatever.
Whatever it was, yes.
She running out, jogging down the road, just getting some exercise in, and she stopped by some cops that overreact, basically throwing her up against the wall.
Using that same excuse they always use. You fit
the description.
Yeah, you fit the description. Until they frisking her and roughing her up, and then the cop put and that's where you first hear, oh, she's a blue.
That's when
they
it first started.
Check
Yeah.
her ID, oh, she's a blue, and then they sitting there looking, oh, sorry, you know how it is, you fit the description. I'm like,
And she obviously was upset by. Well,
oh yeah, she was
anybody
very upset. She was eyeballing her. She looked like she wanted to snuff one of them, but she kept her composure. And even in that opening scene, I'm thinking, well, I'm glad they showed that because that's an everyday reality for a lot of communities out here. I mean,
Yeah, this is everyday life for some black folks or what have you. This is happening all around America, and this is what. And as much as black folks, we keep saying it and saying it and saying it, and folks just not believing it. And so now they're showing you in movies and what have you, so maybe you start to get the picture.
man, I don't know how else. You're getting cell phone stuff all over the internet. You're getting body cam stuff. It's more and more we starting to see this. And now even in entertainment, they got to show this.
This took place in New Orleans, and it was talking about how bad it has been since Katrina.
Yeah,
Right?
they touch a lot of social issues there, saying how the city is now poverty stricken. All the families after Katrina, the jobs are left, the companies are left, the families are left, and nobody cares. And there was a lot, they touched bases on that a lot about how nobody cares. And she was like, and even why she going through this, why you doing this? You don't really care about us, and yada, yada, yada. And she's like, well, hey, you ain't gonna never make a difference. And she's like, well, maybe I will. It's up to everybody to put their hand in. And that's how we gotta make change. It's up to each and every person, single person to do something. That's how you make a difference.
So we're gonna go ahead and rate this movie. My rating of Black and Blue, starring the lovely Miss Naomi Harris, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4 Reese heads out of 5. I enjoyed it. I think everybody should go out there and see it. It was entertaining and educational.
Cool, starring Tyrese Gibson and Frank Grillo, who he's been around for a while, but you're really starting to see him a little bit. He was the antagonist, the bad cop, anyway. But
he's a Marvel Hydra agent.
yes, he was.
He played in The Purge.
Yep, Purge, Anarchy, Purge. He played in 2 different Purges. But anyway, back. I'm gonna go ahead and give it. I'm gonna say 3.5 to 4 heads. Also, I agree. I thought it was a pretty solid movie. The acting was pretty good. Again, this is how you do a female This is how you do a female character. This is how you do a female protagonist. No BS. Just a good character who is female. That's it. No stunts. No propaganda. Good job. Again, I'm gonna say 3.5, maybe 4. So I'm teetering up and down. It was a good movie, a solid movie. It's a little gritty, but it's good.
We want everybody out there to have a good time, be good to each other, and don't let your distractions hinder your actions.
And please select the turtle. I'm going with Raphael, so y'all gotta choose somebody else.
You know you gotta, I'm going with Leonardo because he is the best. And, well, that doesn't leave much for the rest of you out there.
Yeah.
Whatever. We out of here. Peace.
Deuces.
Say bye, Zayden. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Like my nephew said.
Good job, buddy.